light this candle.
That's staying in. In fact, it may be the show title. I'm not sure there's a cold open better than that. Hi, toddlers. Welcome to Talking to Todd, weekly podcast with Dwayne Johnson and Todd Prenz, where failure is always an option. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Todd.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Another Talking to Todd After Dark.
Oh, these are the good ones. Sorry. You know, now that I can see you while we record, I'm like, he's got a bottle of beer in his hand. You know what? Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, hot chocolate there in your Tim's mug.
This is tea. I got some good tea here. So, you got what do you got there for beer?
North Coast Scrimshaw. It's something that I picked up. Actually, I'll cover it in what I learned this week.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you got the beer, I got the tea. Yeah, this should work.
So this is episode 48.
Yes.
This is the first episode that we've done with video so that we can see each other.
Yeah, because the one thing I've been missing for the last 10 months is sitting in front of a computer all day looking at people on a small screen. And we thought, how could we somehow bring that to what we do all day? And decided, you know what? I'm hearing good things about this Zoom thing. We should maybe give that a try. Seriously, we're not using Zoom because, it's full of security holes. But anyway, yes, similar.
Well, we're using Apple, and didn't we just get a push this week because of security holes?
Different security holes. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. FaceTime's good. Oh, yeah. Don't use Safari. Okay.
So, no guests this week. Straight into follow-up feedback and updates.
Okay.
No voicemails. No one called also CPA this week.
That's weird. We had overwhelming demand to bring a voicemail line in.
We did get 1,000% more participation than the first time we rolled out the voicemail. So
true. And I got a hell of a deal on extended warranty on my truck. So I'm pretty happy about that. Thank goodness, because they weren't making it through on my main line. So yeah.
So last week you made me watch a video from the America's Cup.
I gave you the opportunity to. Yes.
And I posted it. Others watched, including Greg.
Yeah.
Who wondered if perhaps Kevin, thanks Kevin, was driving the boat. Because he's pretty sure that he heard the skipper say, "Way to go, Kevin."
Right before glub, glub, glub. Hard turn to port. You sure, Kevin? Totally sure. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah.
Oh, nope. Not going to recover from that one. Let's see.
Are we covered? Does our boat insurance cover this? Did anybody get the extended warranty?
I don't know. They called and they left a message.
Yeah. Did anybody take them up on that?
Kevin, did you get back to him? No. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin.
Let's see. Other feedback. Sarah Judson Brown. Sarah Judson Brown, A, had a birthday this week. She turned 50.
Hey, happy birthday, Sarah.
And launched Siren's Cove on Amazon.
Congratulations.
My copy already came in the mail. Woohoo!
Awesome. Look at that.
So you can order Siren's Cove on Amazon. We will post a link on our webpage. So congratulations, Sarah.
Wait, you're reading a book? This must be good.
And it's January. So I figure I read it and knock that out in January. I don't have to read the whole rest of the year.
Well, here's what I'm just going to say. Like I don't want to jinx it, but I'm hearing toddy buzz. not even sure that's right. That doesn't sound right. That sounds bad, actually. I know.
I'm hearing Toddy Buzz.
Yeah. I don't know. You're the one with the beer, though, so that's completely different. That's something else altogether.
One beer does not do it. Let's see. So, Phil Rivers belongs in the Hall of Very Good. Feedback towards Kurt Warner. Hey, Kurt, life is not a controlled environment. Sarah forgot that Beverly Hills Cop was a trilogy. I wish I had. And I think that was about it.
So I'm just sorry. I'm just thinking here. We all know the Professional Football Hall of Fame is in Canton, Ohio. Everybody wants to get to Canton. Yes. I'm going to suggest that if there is the Hall of Very Good, I think that they had to make that, and it ought to be in Lynchburg, Virginia. And why do I say that? Because according to Market Watch in 2017, it's the most average city in the United States.
Really?
Yeah, based on sort of population, like it's the median city. So, yeah. Although that's the Hall of Average, I guess. So
yeah, that would be the hall. That would be the Hall of Average. Which
yeah. I mean, you're not all the way up to Lake Wobegon, because I mean, well, everybody there is above average. Although that, right. You know what? There you get. Well, there you go. That's problematic.
You know who belongs. You know who belongs in the Hall of Average?
Who's that?
Spike Owen.
Oh, there you go.
Very, very average.
Oh my goodness! Do you know what? Do you know who's in the center? Again, we're going from football to baseball. Sorry about that, but that's what happens when the beer and the tea come out. Do you know in the Hall of Average?
We do this every week, regardless of whether or not I'm drinking.
Yeah, I know.
But okay.
Well, it sounds better. Gives us an excuse this week. Do you know who's smack dab in the middle of the Hall of Average?
No, I'll go. Sure, I'm game. Well, who?
You're going to want Minnie Mendoza.
Oh, yes, of course.
Literally put down the Mendoza line in the middle of the Hall of Average. On this side is everybody below 220. On this side, it's everybody above 220. Minnie's right in the middle. Oh, we've just lost control of our own show, haven't we?
It's totally gone. We're totally gone.
All right.
Did you get any feedback this week?
I did, but it's not nearly as good as the Hall of Average. So, although, just to clean this up, a couple of episodes ago, I made a comment. You made the comment about, do you have a general manager, referring to the Broncos? And I said, I have a general manager and my team has a general manager.
Yes.
Which, when it came out in the original episode, was being talked over at the time, and I didn't hit the backup 30 seconds to say, this is a really good one, you should listen. So that one went past. However, on follow-up last week, you brought it up.
I did.
And that one didn't get passed over. So the feedback this week was, you have a general manager, huh? Oh, you heard that? Uh-huh. So thanks, Dwayne.
That one did not make it past standards and practices.
Unfortunately,
we have actual standards and practices.
The problem is, it made it past your standards and practices, didn't make it past the undisclosed location standards and practices. So,
seems fair.
Different list. How about you? Any feedback?
No, not really.
Oh, I should. You know what? As part of follow-up, follow-up.
Yes.
So we should let everybody know that on Tuesday, I tried to make amends. I made an actual effort to make amends for a cold open we did a couple of weeks ago, in which I was making fun of your bad weather by pointing out that it was 61 degrees where I was while you were getting snow.
Yes. And
I felt bad about it. I mean, not too bad. It was funny.
No.
So we're going to leave it in. Because if it's funny, it stays. That's the rule, right?
That's the rule.
We don't have so much funny in this show that we can be picking and choosing about hurting people's feelings when it comes to that, right?
We
But
don't put it under the comedy area.
yeah, because the FDA won't allow us. You have to have at least 2.5% actual comedy before you can put that label on it. Anyway, it's the FDA, FTC. It's one of those. Anyway, so this week in the undisclosed location, it started to snow. And
Yes.
and there were large plates, like dinner-sized plates of snowflakes coming down. And it wasn't just coming down on places that are, let's say, artificial grass that cool off faster than actual grass. It was actually, we were getting accumulation of snow. So I took a video of it snowing because it doesn't. I mean, it happens once every other year here, something like that. And it was accumulating. So I took a picture and I sent it to you, and I said, well, look, I was making fun of you, but look, I mean, we got snow here today, so I guess the joke's on me. And what did you send? What did you send back to me?
Well, it just so happened that was the exact same day that we got about 12 inches here, drifting to 22. And so I sent you back your snow removal plan, which was a picture of a clock.
Yep.
And my snow removal plan, which was my snowblower.
Yeah.
Your snow removal plan is okay. Everybody hold tight for about 30 minutes.
This will all be gone here in a minute. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
Yeah. So what I found hilarious was I tried to make amends, and I may have made it worse.
Yeah, you picked the wrong day to make amends.
And the thing is like, I was like, boy, that didn't work, but that is funny.
Did you know, out of curiosity, did you know that I was getting a foot of snow when you sent me your decidedly less than a foot of snow?
No, actually, I knew that snow was headed your way, but I thought you were like 2 days out. I had no idea. I literally had no idea that you were dealing with some real snow. And I went, "Hey, look, it's snowing here," and
You're a funny guy.
And it looked like one of the big jars of Morton salt tipped over in the entire yard. In the entire yard.
I kept sending Eddie out because he kept wanting to go out, and at one point it had stopped snowing, but I couldn't figure out why he was just totally covered in snow when he came back in, until I realized that while some of the steps had been scooped, when I got down to the bottom steps, the bottom 2 steps were totally drifted over. I had to dig out 2 steps to get down to the pavers at the bottom of the steps, and then dig a path through the snowbank 10 feet to the west so that he could get out to some place where he could actually stand without being chest deep in snow. And that's not a Pomeranian chest deep in snow. That's a 45-pound dog to chest deep in snow, for the record. So that one's kind of on me. Like, oh, sorry, Ed.
Hey, I shoveled all the way down to the snow. Wait, there's more below the snow.
Oh, sorry. No, not done yet. There we go. Yeah.
So anyway, there's the this week in weather report. It's evergreen content, not really, but anyway. All right, so we've now derailed the show completely, which is really hard to do with our format. Okay, do you have a nomination for Idiot of the Week? Because to be honest, at this point, I do not this week. Oh no, I do. Sorry, that's right, I do. I forgot to fill that in. Do you have a nomination?
Sarah nominated herself for Idiot of the Week.
Okay,
because she forgot that her husband has a podcast.
That's a solid nomination right there.
Can you top it?
Nope. So congratulations, Sarah. You know what? That's like like a pole vaulter going out and like posting a world record, and the next person going, I'm not even going to try. There's no point.
Nope.
It's all you. All right. So what topics do we have for tonight?
We have, okay, so Well, let's just do these in the order that we've got them. You go first.
Okay. So, I have a new game for us to play. Normally, the games are you send me stuff that I've never seen before, and I have to react to it. We're going to turn the tables, and so I've noticed something,
Okay.
and I want you to play along. Here's what I've noticed. So, NBC Sports on their website, and when they publish on Apple News, they publish a lot of stories, and of course everything now on the web, everything has to have a picture with it, right? Like you got to grab your attention, right? I think I know what Kevin would be more qualified to select photos for their stories than the guy they have doing this, because
and Kevin's not qualified to get my coffee, just
right,
for the record.
Right. And he's overqualified for this job. So, admittedly, this is an entire visual gag that we're gonna play this out on the podcast, and I'm gonna. So here's what I'm gonna do. I've gone through and captured over the past couple of weeks. I've captured some of their stories with the picture and the headline. I'm going to send you the first image. The image I'm going to show you is just the picture with the headline blacked out. And you're just going to look at the picture, and you don't have to give me the headline, but at least give me what you think. If you saw this picture, what you think the story is about.
Okay.
And then once you do that, I'm going to read you the headline. And I actually have that. I can send you the picture to prove that I haven't screwed this up at all. All right. So I need to start sending you. So I'm going to send you one at a time. I didn't want to send any of these ahead of time because, that would have made more sense. So, okay. So this story ran on January 14th.
Story number 1 under NFL football.
Yep.
It's a picture of Nick Saban.
Yes.
With it looks like confetti.
Yep.
So, national championship Nick Saban something?
Okay. I'm now going to send you.
Jets hire Robert Saleh as head coach?
Yep.
Good work, NBC.
So Nick Saban, this is a picture of Nick Saban winning the national championship that took place on January 11th. And on January 14th, on a story that Robert Saleh, the former defensive coordinator of the 49ers, was hired as the Jets head coach. We should put a picture of Nick Saban on there. Okay, are you starting to understand how difficult this game is actually going to be for you?
Oh my God! At least my games have some semblance of reality. How many beers in were they when they started writing headlines?
I have one for almost every single day. So hold on. All right.
Grab your rattles, toddlers.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Okay, so this is a picture of Drew Brees under center. So I can only imagine that the headline is something like Serena Williams withdraws from U.S. Open.
Ooh, you're close. You're not that far off.
Josh Gordon suspended indefinitely?
Yep. So Josh Gordon, wide receiver with the Seahawks, who also played with the Browns and the Patriots, but never the Saints.
Never the Saints.
Is suspended indefinitely for like the 17th time. So you put a picture of Drew Brees. So my thought was, there's got to be some sort of weird connection here. You know what? Maybe they went to the same college. As we all know, Drew Brees went to
Purdue.
Aha, yes. And Josh Gordon, you know where he went?
Mississippi Valley State?
Baylor. Oh. All right, let's go. Let's keep going because this is just.
At least they stayed in football. My sample headline was in tennis, and
yeah. I tell you what, I will give you a hint. Let me look through my notes here really quick.
This is awful.
What I will tell you to help is these are all football related, with the exception of the one at the end, which is football related, but you'll see sort of yes, sort of no. Okay, here's the next one.
Okay, so this is also NFL football, and it's a picture. It's a picture of somebody who's a coach for the Chiefs, I imagine, because he's wearing a Chiefs stocking cap.
Yeah.
But I don't know who that person is.
I believe, to help you out, if this helps at all, and by the way, it doesn't at all. Knowing every bit of detail in this photo does not help you in any way, shape, or form. But I believe that is Eric Bieniemy, the current offensive coordinator for the Chiefs.
Yes, you are right.
Okay.
Yes.
Does that help?
And what day was this published?
This is January 19th.
Phillip Rivers retires?
Oh, you are so close. Oh, man, you got close. Like, you got really, really close.
Rams won't let Kevin O'Connell leave for the Chargers.
You got the Chargers.
I got the A.
You actually you got the Chargers.
Well, he hasn't played for the Chargers for a year, but okay, sure.
Yeah, but neither is Eric Bieniemy. So
also true.
Now this one is a little close because Eric Bieniemy, pictured, is the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, and Kevin O'Connell is the offensive coordinator for the Rams, who was potentially in the running to be the offensive coordinator for the Chargers. It doesn't really help, does it?
No, I don't know who any. Is this a football story? Sure. Grab a picture of a football player. Close enough.
All right.
Is this a football player we're talking about? Nope, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Is it a guy that looks like he could be a football player? All right. Here's the next one.
They're just driving clicks anyway. So you can either click on the headline to get people to the article, or you can get people to click on the picture of Eric Bieniemy, and it doesn't matter because we're just going for clicks anyway.
Well, and actually, to your point, if the picture and the headline have nothing to do with each other, you're doubling your chances that somebody's going to click on this. Because
they're going to go.
Because if you see a headline that says Rams won't let Kevin O'Connell leave for the Chargers, and you happen to be a Rams fan, a Chargers fan, or Kevin O'Connell's parents, you might click on that. But if you're anybody else, you won't click on that. On the other hand, they now just got all the Chiefs fans clicking on it going, what's Eric Bieniemy doing? All right. There's the next one from January 24th.
And this is a picture of a Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver, but I don't know which one it is.
It can't possibly matter.
Nope. But he seems to be almost catching that football. And I don't see a Green Bay Packer pulling his jersey away from him, even though I do see a couple of Green Bay Packers in the back of the picture. So this story must be about the Buffalo Bills. Greg Olsen announces retirement.
Greg Olsen, famed tight end of the Bears, Panthers, and Seahawks. Now, I wish people could see you right now. You know what? This is so good that we did the video. The look on your face of like, I don't even understand how any of this works. However, what I do want to point out is that this is the second story involving a Seahawks player leaving football that pictures nothing to do with the Seahawks. I'm starting to wonder if pictures can't make it out of the Pacific Northwest to the NBC Sports. They literally have no file footage at all of anything west of the mountains of the Rockies, and so they just use whatever they've got.
Oh, I'm stunned. This is.
I got three more of these, and then the capper at the end. So you ready for the next one?
Sure.
You tell me when. Yeah, I know some people are like, oh my God, three more. This would work if you guys were doing an actual video podcast. All right, moving on. Here's the cool thing, by the way, like these aren't all of them, and they continue to do them. So this could be a recurring segment. Okay, next one. This is from the 25th. I will spot you, by the way. There's two people. There's two pictures here. One of them is Mike Florio, right? Yep. Who writes most of these stories for Pro Football Talk, which gets published on NBC Sports.
And then the other half of that picture is Tampa Bay, a different Tampa Bay wide receiver, mossing a Packer.
Okay. So
right?
Yep.
So again, I'm going with Buffalo Bills.
Cool. Because nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Ooh, you know what? You are getting you know what? You're in the ballpark on this one again.
Alabama announces Doug Moron as their offensive line coach.
So the pictures of the Packers and the Bucks, and the story is that Alabama, the college, has hired former Jacksonville head coach as their offensive line coach. I was looking just to make sure. What I didn't know, by the way, Doug Marrone, he played for 3 teams in the NFL and one over in the European League, and he also was a coach of 4 different NFL teams. None of them, by the way, were Tampa or Green Bay. He has no connection to those teams.
Wow, these people are awful. This has to be intentionally. This has to be intentional.
Or you know what? This is what Chris Collinsworth, other kid, got to do. Hey, this is what Jack does when he's not on Sunday Night Football, totally on merit. He also picks pictures for the NBC Sports website. All right,
totally.
This one's tough. This one's tough. I don't envy you on this one because I don't even know who this dude is.
Well, he looks to be some kind of coach or executive for the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep.
Which means this must be a story about the Arizona Cardinals replacing their field turf.
Ooh, almost made it.
Leonard Fournette, thankful for a journey after a humbling year.
Leonard Fournette, now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the thing. We know they have tons of Buccaneers photos.
Clearly, yes.
And the story about the Buccaneer, they use a picture from the Falcons.
I mean, the first wide receiver was number 10. They could have thrown that up and, it's at least in the same ballpark. This isn't even in the same area code. None of these. I mean, fine. What's next? Jesus. Okay, this is a picture of the Alabama-Ohio State National Championship game without, I don't know, this was probably one of the 35 touchdowns that Alabama scored in this game. Is that accurate?
It very well could be. Yes.
Hold on. Wait, Alabama just scored again, I think, on the Ohio State University. Buckeyes.
You get steamrolled for a touchdown? Buckeye. You get steamrolled for a touchdown? Buckeye. You get beaten deep for a touchdown? Buckeye. We're going to need to get you a bigger helmet, son. Sorry.
That might have been my favorite ESPN commercial that year. Oh.
So yes. So this is the National Football Championship. Yep, you got it. It's yep. So
the story, is this the capper or is this just the next? Is this the penultimate?
This is the penultimate one. Although this could be the capper, as you will see once I reveal it.
Did they at least manage to stay with a college football story for a college football picture?
Nope.
Jesus. Okay, fine. What I give? I can't. I can't. Scotty Miller, I'm faster than Tyreek Hill. Neither of these two guys is Scotty Miller or Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. So let me point out a couple of things. The Alabama receiver is Devonta Smith, wide receiver, Heisman Trophy winner. Number 32, barely pictured in coverage, is a guy named Tuff Borland. T-U-F, Borland.
You calling where he is coverage is really generous.
Yeah.
That's giving him way more credit than he deserves at this point in the picture. But okay, sure, why not?
Also appearing in the game was Tuff Borland. Now, so just a quick check. Scotty Miller did not win a Heisman.
Did not play for either of these two teams.
Yeah. Do you know where Scotty Miller went to school?
No clue.
Bowling Green.
Okay.
Now, here's why this could have been the capper. You may or may not remember, but just a few pictures ago on January 24th, they used a picture of Scotty Miller to announce the Greg Olson retirement. But on a story about Scotty Miller, they get a picture from the college football championship.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. All right, let me know when you're recovered because we have the capper.
Okay, bring it on.
Okay, here's what I will say. It turns out that NBC Sports isn't the only sports entity that is pulling this kind of crap on everybody. I also found this one from January 22nd. We may have to post some of these wherever we post stuff. Okay, so this is in Sports Illustrated on January 22nd.
Okay, so that's a picture of Alex Trebek.
That is a picture of Alex Trebek, yes.
Is this a story about Dancing with the Stars?
Oh, I like where you're going. Nope. I'm gonna send this one to you, and I'm gonna let you read this one.
Report NBC to shut down NBC Sports Network by the end of 2021. No wonder those guys are mailing it in.
They don't care. Here's my thought, though. If you're going to do that, they could have at least formed the headline in the form of a question. Answer: Sports Network to be shut down by the end of 2021.
What is NBC Sports?
Ding.
Was that a daily double?
Not for the people in NBC Sports. So there you go. I thought admittedly, like I said, that was going to be tougher than most. But anyway, we'll see if that becomes a recurring theme. Not like 20 of them, but maybe one or two a week. We might be sending your way.
Oh, that was fantastic. You put a lot of work into that. That was impressive. Good job.
You know what? I think you did 97% of the work this week, dude. Those headlines don't redact themselves. I took notes and looked up who college football players were. So yeah. All right, what else we got? Moving on.
We sent Lucas back to Bradley this week.
Okay.
Right? And we borrowed my father's Buick.
Okay.
Because the futon from Futon Crushers doesn't fit in any of the vehicles we own. So we had to borrow my father's Enclave Buick.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense that it's an Enclave. Because my first thought was, wait, Buick? Like you just put it in the back seat? Like
of the Skylark, yes.
It was like what? Was there a 24-foot panel truck not available? So you just go get anyway, Enclave makes more sense. I'm tracking now.
Okay. So the futon from Futon Crushers will fit in the back of the Enclave. So we swapped cars with my folks, and Dad's got the Honda, and I have his Enclave for the week so that we could take Lucas back to Bradley. For the trip over, we divided up. Lucas took his car with him. So he drove his car, and so for part of it, Amy rode with him, and for part of it, I rode with him, and Amy drove the Enclave. And
which one of you was the rubber duck? Sorry, never mind.
breaker 4-9er. So then I'm gonna put a pin in that story for a second. Occasionally I will go golfing when I'm on vacation and not have my own clubs with me.
Yeah.
And then when I play really, really well with those rented clubs,
yes,
I call it the most expensive round of golf ever, because then I want to go buy those clubs because I played so well with them, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I told you that story to back up and finish the first one.
Thank you, Ron.
Amy drove Dad's car.
Uh-oh. I see where this is headed. You would have been cheaper to rent a U-Haul, is what you're saying.
I am so yes. Yes. So much. The in particular, the heated steering wheel.
Oh, those are nice, aren't they?
Aren't they?
Oh my goodness.
And
the heated steering wheel, and Lisa will back me. Actually, this is Lisa's comment, not mine. But once, because we had that in her car of hers, then we got a car without it, and now we have a car with it. And her comment is heated steering wheel. That sounds like a really fancy convenience feature until you have it. And once you have it, it might be the most necessary part of your car.
yeah, it's really important when you get a dusting of snow.
Yeah, buddy. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So Amy drove the Enclave, and also it has CarPlay, and she was able to hook her car up to CarPlay.
I hear that's got good maps. Sorry, go ahead.
It does. We came back to her 2015 Nissan Rogue.
A perfectly fine vehicle.
It is a perfectly fine vehicle. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And
By
it
the
has
way,
lots of really nice features.
by the way, this is almost a piece of follow-up from last week. Do you know who else drives a Nissan Rogue?
You?
Nope. Lindsay. There.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we talked about Lindsay and her Nissan Rogue. Anyway, sorry. Just
check the box.
Ding. There we go. Moving on. Okay. So
does she like her Nissan Rogue?
She leased it and then bought it. So,
yeah.
Partly because it was cheaper to buy it than it was to fix whatever the hell happened on the side of it. But anyway, I'm sure that has nothing to do with it.
So the problem with Amy's 2015 Nissan Rogue is that was the year, there were actually 2 years in there where they put an alternate stereo in. You can't update it. You can't upgrade it. You can't swap it out for anything else. It doesn't have CarPlay.
Okay, that makes more sense, because when you said an alternate stereo, my first thought was, what does it have, like a turntable? Because
it does have the thing that, and Lindsay can attest to this, I would guess. It's got this really, really neat total surround camera feature. So you can not only see what's behind you when you're backing up, but when you pull into the front of the garage, you can see how far you are from, say, the wall.
Yeah. Lindsay's doesn't have that. Lisa's current Hyundai has that. And that's really handy to see what you almost hit or what you did hit. It's all a matter of timing. Huh.
Oh, I wonder what that was.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even have to get out of the car. I can just flip the camera on. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Curb.
Okay. So I called the Nissan dealer to confirm that you can't update it. They're like, no, you can't update it. But you could go to Ford and Garland, which is the local best place to upgrade your car stereo. Call the Ford and Garland people. Well, yeah, we could, but then I ask about the surround cameras. They're like, yeah, no, it doesn't work like that. We don't have adapter for that. That's just really a bad year or two there for Nissan because there's nothing you can do about it. You're really stuck. I'm like, huh. Okay. So now we'll put a pin in that story.
I feel like I need to be doing an outline or a mind map of this story so that I can find my way back. Okay, go ahead. We got pins left everywhere. It's like this story's starting to look like a crazy wall kind of thing with red yarn, and that's coming from me. And I go off on tangents on stories. Anyway, go ahead, please. Pin in it. So moving on.
Do you remember the story? And I know you don't because I asked you earlier this week if you remember the story, and you said that you didn't. The story of upgrading the television in the basement of your parents' house on Beaver.
You asked me. I didn't remember. I've tried to remember. I've got lots of other memories. I don't remember that one.
Okay, so you'll have to correct me
Or
or your
not.
mom or your mom or
By the way,
uh,
the person that remembers everything, including who got what for Christmas and who was wronged by whom, is Brenda. She is the keeper. She is the keeper of all of the memories, and she remembers more than Melissa and I, just enough that it gets hard to question her when we're pretty sure she's lying about the memories.
does Brenda listen to this podcast?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. Okay, so Brenda, you're on fact check duty for this. The way I remember this happening was the TV in your basement died.
That seems about right, because I remember it about basically being dead for the entire time I can remember it.
So the new TV came home.
Yep.
But it did not fit in the
An entertainment center.
in the entertainment center. At which point there was a replacement entertainment center.
Okay.
So that the TV would fit. But then the entertainment center looked too nice for the rest of the basement. So slowly, piece by piece, the entire rest of the basement got redone because the TV died. It was this waterfall domino effect of having the basement totally redone as opposed to getting a TV that would fit in the original entertainment center.
Is that why we remodeled the basement? I mean, I remember the basement getting remodeled. I just assumed we did that to... Oh, that makes more sense now.
That's how I remember that happening.
You know what? You're going to tell me what you know?
True or not?
True or not? And at this point, that's a better story than mine, because I don't have one. So
anyway, we've explored this Amy's car radio thing.
replace the radio in her existing car, and that's not going to work. So you're redoing your basement? Sorry.
No, you could either live with the car the way it is,
yes,
which would be an option.
Yep.
Or that car loses value every day.
Absolutely true. It's a depreciating asset.
And there's a 2018 model that's actually a trim level higher with only 18,000 miles on it that we can purchase with a grand total, kid you not, extra $4 a month.
Over a short 149 months. But just...
Yeah, the one that we've got's about halfway paid off. We just basically just extend it an extra, 2 years for $4 a month. Like, for $4 a month, you can do this?
You can get everything you want, higher trim level. Yep. And you don't have to worry you don't have to worry about updating the onboard maps, which I can tell you is worth $4 a month.
That's another thing that you cannot do on this car is update the internal maps. Wrong again. Wrong window. Bad radio.
I can send you some USB sticks with some software. You could at least give it a try. Have you tried to format the DVD as exFAT? No? Okay, sorry. Anyway. Oh, I would have lost a bet. I would have assumed that I would have been the first person that beatboxed on this. Anyway, but that was Dwayne. Okay. I'm really glad we had video of that. Anyway, okay. So are you a proud owner of a new to you 2018 Rogue? Is that where Amy is right now while you're recording this?
No. The one that we found is down in Independence, Missouri, Kansas City area. And so CarMax is going to free transfer it up to the Des Moines shop so that we can literally kick the tires. And then if it all works out, we may have a new car, but it's still a possibility. So we'll keep you posted.
Okay. To be honest, the way this started, I thought you were going to tell me that you had a brand new Buick Enclave in your garage. We bought a Buick. Well, there you go.
If we were to buy a Buick Enclave, it would be the only car that could fit in the garage. And I have a 3-car garage.
Yeah, but it holds a futon. So that's not nothing, Jeb.
That's not nothing. So what are we watching this week? Anything?
So we watched we followed up. We watched. You guys mentioned that you watched The Flight Attendant.
Yes.
Yes, we watched we watched episode 1 last night.
Uh-huh.
The reviews are in. I'm going to be watching the rest of the series by myself. So
she's not going to give it the Briggs test.
Shh. Here's the test. You're watching a brand new show. The episode's 44 minutes long. 20 minutes in, the iPad comes up and the game starts being played. You not too excited about this? Nah. You like it? Oh, I was going to watch it. Okay, I'm playing my game. So, anyway, however, so I can't recommend that one yet. Although the title sequence, I have to say the title sequence alone is really cool. I mean, it's got, it certainly has like the Ocean's 11 vibe to it. But the thing we did watch, which is also on HBO Max that I can recommend, is a documentary called Class Action Park. Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay. So in the late 70s, in the late 70s, a guy...
I went to go write down the Class Action Park on a Post-it note and then realized it's in our rundown that I can get to it anytime I want to.
Seriously, it's just like being on a meeting. Oh, I better take a note about that. I gotta put that as a, you know what? I'm gonna put that as a follow-up and then put a pin in that. Okay. We're gonna, idiot. You know, we'll put that in the parking lot for now, and then we'll circle back here. And anyway, so in the mid to late 70s, a guy decided to build what was really one of the first major water parks in the United States, 40 minutes outside in New Jersey, 45 minutes outside of New York City. Here's the thing. He had no background in engineering, nor did anybody he hired, nor did anybody who designed any of their rides. So the entire park was designed by a guy who had never run a water park, who may have mob ties, who just started doodling on napkins and said, build that. And
that sounds like a lawyer's dream. Well,
the name of the park was Action Park. Hence the name of the show is Class Action Park. What I will tell you is it's a 90-minute documentary. The first 60 minutes you have to watch because you laugh out loud about, oh, nobody should ever get on that. Holy crap, what are they thinking? Oh my God, that couldn't have passed any code. And they have people that went there as kids and survived. The last third, it does start talking about some of the tolls that it took, and it does change a little bit. But what I will tell you is, of funny stuff, the first 60 minutes of this is pretty hilarious. Because if you think about a guy who has no background in theme parks, water parks, or engineering, building a water park, whatever you think, what the documentary shows is 10 times worse than what you have in your mind. So anyway, highly rate it if you're looking for some entertainment.
Did they reference any of the more modern water park?
Nope. No time for that.
Disasters or anything? Because there was one, I don't know, I want to say Kansas City.
In Kansas City, yeah.
So I will.
Yep, it was there.
That people launched.
Yes.
And left and then had to shut it down.
Yes. What I will tell you is, hold on.
But this didn't reference that at all or make any.
It doesn't reference that at all, and what I will tell you is that there was nobody to shut this thing down. So it's worth your time.
Excellent. I will watch and report back.
How about you? What are you guys watching?
So I sat down the other night, and we've finished pretty much everything that we've been watching lately. And I sat down the other night, and Amy starts flipping through on Amazon Prime. And she's like, I'm like, what are you looking for? She's like, click, 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 click. I think I saw this here the other day. Click, boom. Sports night.
Oh, yeah. Hey, sports night.
Aaron Sorkin's sports night with commercials.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Like
I can watch it here.
New commercials or old commercials?
No, new commercials.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like somebody just VHS that thing from 98 and just like it's on Amazon, but it's literally just, you guys
It's a shaky video camera of somebody having it on their skin. Yeah, no.
You got what's up and Budweiser and all that stuff, right? Like, yeah, I remember this. Less filling, tastes great. Like, oh yeah, it takes me back. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
You missed the tag. So we started it, watched it through to the first commercial break when the ads started, and I had a Schitt's Creek Pop TV reaction. Oh hell no.
Yeah.
And I looked at it. I've got this on DVD downstairs.
There you go.
Do you want to if we're going to watch this, let's just grab the DVDs and okay, so let's do that. So I grabbed it. I went downstairs, dug through my pile of DVDs, didn't have to dig too far because I knew exactly where it was because it's Sorkin. Brought it upstairs. So we're about halfway through season 1.
Yeah.
Still funny as hell. That's a play they've got called Red Rocket Right Z42 out. It's just a guess.
And at this point, you can watch that and you pretty much have the key pieces of dialogue for everything else Aaron Sorkin ever wrote. The rest, like you, all of a sudden, then it's like, just change the context. This isn't sports. This is a nuclear missiles, West Wing, late night weekend sketch show. Oh, same show. Okay, yep. Ooh, how about
Studio 60?
Yeah. Same exact dialogue, but in a newsroom. The newsroom. Yeah.
The newsroom.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So,
you got screwed with your pants on. Yep.
Well, there you go. So you're now you're watching, you're going back 20 some years and catching up.
I am. And the I don't know, the interstitials, the shots that they have of New York and New York Harbor and whatnot in between scenes and whatnot. Twin Towers.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. And I'm like, oh, yep, of course, because it's 98. Duh. But yeah. So anyway, but yeah, still funny. And oh my God, everybody looks so young because
they were.
It's been a while since I went back and watched these. Oh my God. Josh Charles and I don't know. Anyway, everybody, I'm like, wow, were they young at that point? So were we. So anyway,
yeah,
so that's what we're watching.
And now none of us are. So cool. Way to bring it down. Okay.
So you learned what? I'm looking at this note. I saw. Go ahead, then. Go ahead.
So,
what'd you learn this week?
So something I wasn't interested in learning, had no desire to learn, but have now got a pretty good education. I am now very clear on what sonic booms sound and feel like inside your house.
Wait, what?
What I'm saying is, if you're sitting inside your house and you hear a fairly loud noise and your whole house shakes and rattles and doors bang shut, you might have yourself a sonic boom or 2 or 3. So, funny thing, we do not live close. Well, it depends on what close means. Let me put it this way. The undisclosed location is located within, I don't know, what are we? A couple of 100 miles away from a U.S. military, a large open range of U.S. military airspace where they go train. I would not consider that close, but I'm closer than you are. Let's put it that way.
Is this an area?
It is an area. Actually, it's multiple areas. We're even further away from that area.
Okay, it doesn't have a number associated with it. Okay.
It's an undisclosed location.
Okay, that seems fair. Okay.
By the way, that area is surrounded by thousands and thousands of square miles of also places you're not allowed to go. Like, that just happens to be in the middle of it, but completely around it is also places you're not supposed to go for all sorts of really, really good reasons, including they dropped live ordnance, and that's also where they did above ground nuclear testing.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to, you know what, those signs that say no trespassing, that's not for them, that's for you. Anyway, so you're downrange. We kind of are, actually. Yes, that's a whole other issue because anyway, yeah. So we're a ways away, but a couple of times a year, the military gathers at the Air Force Base and then goes out into the areas and has war games with fighter jets, and they aren't flying over us; they're flying nowhere near us, but sonic booms travel a very long distance. So as you're sitting in your house, what I will tell you is you might think it's an earthquake, and it could be, but it could also be sonic booms. What I will also tell you is I learned, inverted.
We're inverted.
What I will also tell you is
we're communicating. Go ahead. We're communicating? Yeah, we're communicating.
Our dogs are not fans of sonic booms.
I bet.
They're a little freaked out. So anyway, what I learned was what a sonic boom feels like and sounds like, and I know that now multiple times a day. And according to the calendar, I will continue to learn that for at least another week.
Well, and I'm guessing you also know what it smells like because it scares the out of your dogs.
Yeah. That's all right. What did you learn this week?
So, like I said, we sent Lucas back to college, and we made a stop at Binny's Beverage Depot. Ding! Plug for Binny's Beverage Depot. And I brought back this scrimshaw from the North Coast Brewing Company because normally I like to get Polish beer. It's the only place I can find the Polish beer that I like. And so I will get Polish beer and I will bring it back and share it with some of my friends, the adults who went on the Poland trip with us a year ago. Yeah. 2 years ago. Wow. 2 years ago now we were in Poland, and
it was only 1 year of real years, and then we had the other year, right?
Yes,
because technically it felt like it was 2 summers ago, but last summer didn't count because we were all inside. So I can see I absolutely know what you're talking about, because like last year it kind of didn't count in the ways that normal. Anyway, go ahead. Yes.
So if I can find Polish beer, I bring it back and I give some to Dave or I give some to John. And if they can do the same, then we trade around, because you got to go to Chicago more or less to get any of these beers that we're looking for. And
you want to get your good Polish beer, you got to go to Chicago.
That's right. And so what I learned this week is that while Binny's has a wide variety of beverages,
yes,
it's kind of like going to Costco, because they don't always have the same thing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say just free samples at the end of every aisle.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Do you want to try this?
No.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
By the way, if you have more than 3 samples, you're not allowed to drive away from the beverage barn.
Beverage Depot. Binny's Beverage Depot.
Okay, sorry.
Yes. So I learned that they don't, it's not like Hy-Vee where anytime you want, I don't know, pick something, Frosted Flakes, they always have Frosted Flakes.
Yep.
So I had to experiment, because I'm not going to leave Binny's without bringing something back just to try something different. So I can highly recommend the North Coast Brewing Company Scrimshaw. It's a Pilsner. So what I learned this week is I actually like this.
Oh, and you know what? By mentioning this podcast, you know what you can do with your beer purchase?
I can write it off.
You can write it off. You took the story of the beer, you folded it into the podcast, so you can now write it off.
I can now write it off. Oh. Our music is Happy Boy by Kevin MacLeod. It's available on incompetech.com under a Creative Commons Attribution license. You can subscribe to Talking to Todd on Overcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and even Podbean, or any place else you get your podcasts. Just search I've said it 48 times, for God's sakes. Just search Talking in the number 2, no G, no space. You can like our page on Facebook. We still do have award-winning merch on Zazzle, and you can always tweet at us at Talking to Todd. Try it again. You can leave us a voicemail at 515, also CPA. It is getting to be tax season, so make sure you leave us a voicemail at 515, also CPA. That's 515-257-6272. You can write to us at our home office in Tuba City, Arizona, and the website is talkingtotodd.com. Thanks to our listeners, and send your feedback at talkingtotodd.com. Todd?
Good news. As I'm looking on my my aviation geek app, as people call it, I can see why there's sonic booms tonight. There is about 50 miles from us. There is not one but two Air Force tankers that have been circling for the last 3 hours, about 50 miles away from our house. So anyway, that would explain some of the house shaking.
If your house is rocking, that'd be the sonic booms.
Yeah. Go Air Force.
And on that note, we've been Talking to Todd.